my name is Total Biscuit, and I suck at Starcraft 2. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Total Biscuit, and welcome to another episode of I Suck at Starcraft 2. It's been a very long time since I put out an episode of this particular series, so some of you, in fact, perhaps quite a lot of you that have just come to this channel might have no idea what it's all about. I Suck at Starcraft 2 is my way of analysing how terrible I am at this game. And in this case, I've started playing again after 4 to 5 months of not playing a single Starcraft match. So to say that I am rusty, yeah, that would be an understatement. The funny thing is, I wasn't exactly great to begin with, so now I'm even worse. What it's about really is analysing my own failings and mistakes, trying to not only get better myself, but also present to you exactly what went wrong so that you can avoid it. Hopefully it's a little bit entertaining, but this is aimed at absolute newbies. So if you are an advanced level player, an experienced player, you're probably going to get nothing but utter frustration and fury out of watching me play this game incredibly badly. I always said this, and it's fairly accurate. I know what to do, I just don't know how to do it. And that's the problem. My mechanics, my macro, all of the fancy stuff, my APM, my multitasking, garbage. All of it really bad. And also, I have a tendency to panic, because I'm a very low-level player. I know what to do, I just can't do it. So, without further ado, this was the first match back from a very long hibernation period against this guy, GIGNKiller. Unfortunately, he decided to give me a very rude welcome back. He was bad-mannered, and we don't like that, do we? No, we do not. Will I be able to beat him? Let's find out as we kick it off right here on the Steps of War. Right, first things first. Build some SCVs, Total Biscuit. There you go, 7 seconds in. I'm so goddamn slow. You want to know why? I was hammering the E button. I started off playing as Terran, yeah? And then I started playing Protoss. And then I've gone back to Terran. Oh, lol noob, herpty-dub. The funny thing about saying things like that is that if you're playing me, then you have to be terrible. Because I am like the lowest level you could possibly be. So the highest level I could really be matched up at this point is probably a low-ranked silver. So one way or the other, you can't really say that without looking like an idiot. But hey, whatever. But yeah, mashing the E button, realizing, actually, it's not E to build the frickin' worker as the Terran. There is no E in SCV, even though it sounds like it. Supply depot coming up for both. No big surprises either way. Now, he was actually playing random here, which is why I've started scouting immediately. Mainly because I'm worried about cheese. Because if he's acting like that, he's probably quite a cheesy player. So if you got Protoss, for instance, he might be building proxy pylon to apply early pressure. He might be trying cannons. He might try and sort of keep me in here, hem me in with cannons, something really horrible like that or whatever. So I was checking for any proxy nonsense. There doesn't appear to be any. Going here, what do I find other than just simply barracks? Why is Total Biscuit not building his barracks? He has the money for it. Why is he not building his barracks? Because he's not paying any attention. Build the barracks, Total Biscuit. Build the... Finally builds the barracks. Oh, ow. This is I would say this is probably one of the worst games I've ever played, if I am entirely honest with myself and the audience. It is bad. This is a laundry list, a smorgasbord of what not to do. Now, my opponent's actually going 2 barracks, and I think, oh, maybe I can get some sneaky stuff in here. Maybe if I put a proxy barracks down, I can build stuff in his base, because, you know, maybe he's being a bit of an idiot, but as it turns out, luck would have it, that's not actually going to happen. He's not a bad player, from what I can tell. He's building his orbital command at the right time, whereas I'm not building my orbital command at all. Build your orbital command, Total Biscuit. Stop queuing up SCVs. Even trying to harass me in my base right there. Yeah, building. It's good. He can't see it. He has no idea. Oh, bollocks. He decides to build a barracks there. He's going 3 barracks. Yes. Pretty standard strategy. 3 barracks. Nothing surprising there. Quite easy. He cancels. And he's going to force me to cancel as well, which is kind of annoying. But hey, there you go. Gotta be done. Got to be done. And I lose an SCV in the process just to make matters even worse. So, feeling like a bit of an idiot right now. And it doesn't help when he insults me as a result of that. So I'm thinking, right, okay, I've scouted 3 barracks, so I expect quite a lot of Marines. I've already seen some. I'm going to build a factory. Well, I'm going to build a factory. I'm going to get some Hellions out. And then maybe I can transition later again into siege tanks and use Marine siege tank, which is a fairly simple strategy. Doesn't require an awful lot of micromanagement. It's fairly easy, and it's got a lot of firepower, and it's very powerful against a lot of different things. So we'll do that. In the meantime, I know that he's got more barracks than I do, so my response is to build a bunker. Why? Because that makes my Marines worth more. It's true, it does. Because I'm in a bunker, if he's only got Marines, he's not going to be able to kill the bunker very fast. I can repair it. A lot of firepower. I also get a range advantage on him as well, so that'll be quite nice. Let's blow up his SCV just to get a little bit of vengeance. Take my second refinery right there, because I'm thinking, we might need this a little bit later, because I'm going to start building some siege tanks actually right now, instead of Hellions. If he's going to hold back, if I can get a siege tank deployed, then I can defend myself pretty well. Here's the problem, though. There's no way I'm going to have that ready in time. He's already got 7 Marines up, and he actually has 2 more in production. He's got another barracks coming up there, so that's 4 barracks. Nothing on any of them. It's a kind of weird placement here. He places his barracks down in his natural expansion. I don't really know why. I was thinking he'd get aggressive really, really early with that, but he doesn't. So there you go. I sent another SCV up there, so I'll at least try and get a bit of a count on him, find out exactly what he's got. See if he's maybe building an early expansion, which of course he's not, and I end up losing my SCV and learn very little from that. Now he has 13 Marines, and I have 4. This is not a good situation to be in at all, and he's already on his way. I've got Tech Lab coming up right here, so at least I can get some Marauders out if I need them, or more to the point, actually get Stim or Marine Shield, which will give me the edge. He's rolling all over there. I've got a siege tank on my way, but here's the problem. I do not have siege tech. A siege tank versus Marines? Pfft, no. Bad. Not good. Can't run them over. It ain't Command and Conquer, Total Biscuit. You can't run those units down, I'm afraid. That tank ain't gonna do jack, as we're about to find out. Now he runs... The thing is, he's running straight at my defensive bastion right here, which is good. I'm able to get a kill with the siege tank. I lose it, but I'm able to take so many Marines from him, simply as a result of him pressuring that bunker. I don't know why he pressures the bunker, but there you go. He lost a ton of Marines in the process. The problem is I lost the siege tank, so that puts me behind in terms of gas. In terms of his gas, he's not actually spending really any, honestly. And he's barely mining any either. He's got into that 1 gas right there, nothing else. Marines coming around the side. But his focus fire, not so great. He takes a couple of my SCVs out, but he sends in a couple of dribs and drabs right there, and his Marines actually end up losing. So he's probably not feeling so hot right now. Continues to stream Marines across the map. However, this time I'm ready for him. Siege tech coming up right here. And this is where you might be a little bit surprised, although it makes sense. Because his strategy, his grand strategy of building lots of freaking Marines and doing nothing else but Marines, that ain't going to work out, because we're about to deploy a siege tank and rain some death down on him. There you go. Oh, look, I have a siege tank. It's deploying. GG. Rage quit. There you go. Bad manners get you nowhere, I'm afraid. Sorry to say that. So many mistakes on my part there, a garbage game. I think the only thing I'm even remotely proud of is the fact that my defense was quite efficient. I took way more of his units than he did of mine. I could have done way better, like getting siege tech out earlier, for instance. Let's go back and see if I could have got it out any earlier than that, because I'm fairly sure I could have. Skip through here, blah, blah, there we go. That's the factory coming out. What kind of resources do I have here? Do I have the money? Is it actually practical for me to get it? It's around here, isn't it? Okay. Drop it down. Get that. I have money for siege tech right now, but I am spamming Marines. I believe I just spent the money I needed for siege tech. Let's speed this up just a little bit. There you go. So siege tech was 100. I've got the money for it right now. Not building it. Built a tank instead, which really didn't do much, honestly. The bunker and the Marines would have easily dealt with that attack. The thing is, I could have followed this up with siege tech directly after this, and I didn't. You know, I could build it right now, but I'm not. Not building siege tech. It wouldn't have been up in time anyway, I don't think, but still. You know, it was an unnecessary delay. Should have just got it earlier. Maybe built the factory earlier. Could have done that as well, but again, I was just so slow on it, because my macro management not so great. Thankfully, GIGNKiller... Well, all I could say is if I'm the noob, I can't imagine I'm going to have to come up with a brand new word for him. Yes, indeed. Bad manners get you nowhere, as Dark Halibut would say. My name is Total Biscuit, and I still suck at Starcraft 2. I'll see you next time.